Blister Grub, I hope you don't make the main deck. Rock Replica, I hope you don't make the main deck either. Guess I'll hide it. I have to hit like the first 8 picks in a row to have a deck here. Not good. I haven't got a single piece of equipment to go with my Ka Regent either. Pretty hard to believe. I do have a blue-black land, so I can play that, of course, and run the replica. I guess it's not the worst. Well, there's Skin Render. That's good. That's a start in the right direction. Skin Render, Glimmer Point Stag. Yes, please. The rest of these cards, not very good. I mean, there's a Spider left. And that's about all. I guess I wouldn't mind if that came back, but how could it possibly come back? There's a ton of cards I don't want. Although one of these equipments, I'm probably going to wheel something I want. It's going to be tough for the pinions, the staff, and the replica to be gone. Somebody's going to want that land card, after all. Forge Master, is he going to be any good for us? It's a card I almost always play, and it almost never works right. But it's one of those things. Doesn't look like it's going to do it for us. I have a Turbine to fetch up, which isn't bad. But that's about it. I can grab this weird little guy, the mirror. I do have a couple double blacks that wouldn't hurt with. Glinthawk's good too. Glinthawk's not going to be great right now. Glinthawk may make it all the way around the table. Probably not. 10th pick Glinthawk. Not impossible. But not that likely either. This guy is a 3-5, but we've already got several good 5s. I think we're going to go with the Glinthawk. Well, Glinthawk's too much of a gamble. Yeah. We do have a lot of picks left. Oh, we'll go with it. Hell with it. Maybe we'll hit something here. Maybe we'll get rewarded. So there is a Goldmer. There is a Life Staff. I kind of need equipment for Kimba, unfortunately. There's also a Moriok Replica. And look at this guy. Look at these two. What are they doing here? Somebody had to take a common over these unless it was a foil. I think we're taking this Life Staff just so we have a card to go with that, worst case. Our pack had a Life Staff and a Pinion, so I think one of those might make it to us, but don't really want to risk my whole Kimba plan on that. But here is a Strider Harness. Not a great card. Not great in our deck. But we have that thing, so whatever. We'll try it. Celebration, no, 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 no. Reaver, actually not the worst. Especially with some gear. He does attack for 3. He trades with Cyst Bearer at 3, which is not the most common thing in this format. And he's going to definitely make the main deck, for whatever that's worth. This guy could allow me to make some sweet turn 1 Glinthawks. This guy would allow me to attack for a lot of damage. You know what? M Knight's worth half a ticket anyway. I think that's good enough reason to go for it. I mean, the value of Chrome Steed is going to be not great here. Our artifact counts at 10. M Knight at least is worth something, so we'll have something after we get bounced round 1. Ichor Claw Mirror, what are you still doing here? He's actually not too bad a pack, a lot of good cards, but we need the pinions. We're going all in on the Kimba plan, so let's get the rest of it in there. Replica, this is an artifact, it is a creature. The red and the blue spell bombs, probably not going to be good enough. Gear Grabber. Wow, neither equipment made it, so I was right about taking that Life Staff. Good plan, Harry, good plan. I guess the Gear Grabber, should we take it away? We have a lot of gear to grab. It would be upsetting. I could sideboard in the Nim, I guess. We'll play it straight, I guess. Throne of Geth, do we have any token? We have a Virulent Wound, we have Skin Render. Nothing that has counters naturally. Trigon, no. I'd say Throne of Geth's not going to do it. We will take What if we take Seize? Nah, we'll take Tainted Strike. It'd be fun to play that Seize the Initiative and bash somebody with it. Warrior Replica, a card I'm happy to have right there. We'll take the Heart. Take away this big thing. We don't have a lot of ways to deal with that card. So in the end, it turned out to be not the worst deck in the world. Definitely not the way I started out, although I said I hated blue. It got cut super hard, pack 2. So I abandoned ship at the right point. I was happy about that. It seemed like blue was getting taken on both ends. Like I didn't see a lot of great blue that third pack either. Bit strange, but whatever. We got some great white in pack 2. Somebody else probably jumped in pack 3 since they saw how open it was pack 2. All of our white cards are in the main deck. That's nice. Definitely not all of our black cards are. 10 colored cards. Now for the colorless. Galvanizer? Wow, I don't even have one other mirror card. I guess I have a Turbine, which actually is not that bad. He's in. Artisan, Strider, a Gargoyle. So we're at 22 cards. Oh, that random Bladed Sentinel pick might come in relevant here. Alright, some things to think about. I have Dark Slick Shores, which would make Nurok Replica splash, 1 island, 1 Dark Slick Shore. Not that bad. I mean, he's still a 1/4 for 3, so he can block effectively. That bounce ability, quite relevant many times. Saves you from a lot of shit in this format. Bladed Sentinel is a 2/4. He's always going to be playable. You know, not great, but he'll give a workman-like performance. I have enough artifacts for the Glinthawk, so that worked out okay. Nothing great to reset. I mean, I could play Trigon. Trigon gets reset by Glinthawk, which is okay, but I'm just going to board into Trigon, not main deck that card. I could play Mem Knight for the turn 1 Glinthawk Mize, but man, that seems rough. What if I just top deck that card? That's like the worst top deck ever. Doesn't really play with any of the rest of my cards. I think we're just going to play with the replica and hope to randomly hit our 1 island, 1 Dark Slick Shore plan. So they want us to go 8 and 8. I think we can cut, well, look at that, double black, double white, double white. We do have a Dark Slick, so should I just play Dark Slick Shore with that replica? Is that too greedy? Man, I really want to have double of both of these colors early on. Going 8 and 8 probably gives me a better chance. I mean, I almost want to have 9/7 planes here since, you know, all of our early plays are white. Having Mirrorsmith turn 2 is pretty important if we want to win the game. I think we're going to go 8 and 8. Dark Slick Shore is our only source of blue for this guy. Probably need to top deck a blue source, and our only source will come into play tapped, but you know, we set ourselves up for this failure. We will endure this failure. Rest of everything looks good. Anything we're missing out on? Trigon over this thing? No. Having more creatures is better, of course, because we have this all this equipment. 3 pieces of gear. Might as well just have another man to throw it on. Bladed Sentinel over something? Nothing on that. I mean, I could cut Auriok Replica for it. Boy, Replica always seems so shitty whenever it hits the board. Bladed Sentinel at least has 4 toughness. Go like that. Like the times this is good are when it's a close race. I guess you can hold a white up. Times when this are good is whenever you need to engage in combat, since he has 4 toughness and vigilance. It's one turn slower, but we got a bunch of 3-drops. It's more likely, like, I mean, if I'm playing 3-drops, this is probably the one I would play the last. Maybe I'd play Moriok Replica after him, but that's it. All the other 3-drops I'd probably rather have. Maybe not Strider Harness. Yeah, Bladed Sentinel seems right. Alright, see you guys round 1.